Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the match here on WWE 2K25. In this one, we have got the Great Sasuke representing WWF. We have got Kendo Nagasaki representing WCW. And we've got Atsushi Onita representing ECW. This one is very liberal, let's face it, because I think the Great Sasuke only ever wrestled in WWF twice. Both of those times against Taka Michinoku. Everyone assumed that Sasuke was going to get signed up, but it ended up being Taka Michinoku who got signed up in the end. He also wrestled twice for ECW as well. And that was it. Literally, that was his entire run in North America, was those 4 matches. 2 for WWF, 2 for ECW. But it is what it is. Next up then, we had Kendo Nagasaki, who did wrestle in WCW for... he wrestled in WCW from 89 to 90. He was known as the Dragon Master then. So we did have a few matches. He feuded with the 4 Horsemen as part of the group with the Great Muta. Okay. And was actually involved in Clash of Champions 10, Texas Shootout. There you go. So we had a little bit of a run with WCW, so a bit more than some of the others maybe. Also has a history of MMA as well, believe it or not. And then finally, Onita. I know Onita is no... let me get me tongue out. Onita is known well for his time in ECW, but I don't think he actually wrestled that much there, to be honest. It was a very limited amount, of course. Mainly, he was wrestling in FMW. He did wrestle in ECW once, didn't he? Yes, okay. So he made appearances for FMW's working partner ECW in... I don't know what year this is. It just says June 26th. Between 97 and 98, including a death match against the Sandman. I know he was actually scheduled to face the Sandman, but the match never happened. Okay. So again, these 3 guys have all wrestled for these companies, but they're not exactly massively well-known names, but it was just a way to get all 3 of them on the card, in fairness. So there is 2 Kendo Nagasakis, as I mentioned in a previous video earlier on today. So you've got Kendo Nagasaki, who was part of the world of sport in England. Someone who was around in the 60s and 70s and that sort of stuff. But this Kendo Nagasaki is the Japanese one. This is Kazuo Sakurada. And this is his debut at our Universe mode as well, by the way. And it actually seems like there were several people all playing the same character. And this version of Kendo Nagasaki actually wrestled Dusty Rhodes. Back in AWA. So yeah, it's another one of those things that we had before where you've got several people all playing the same character, as we've seen with Tiger Mask or Black Tiger or them sort of people as well. Well, there we go. That is your history lesson done for the day. So Kendo Nagasaki, of course, we got on the ranking system twice. Once as Peter Thornley, which was the original, who has had 2 matches so far in a Universe mode and sits on 0. But this is the debut of this version of Kendo Nagasaki as Kazuo Sakurada. I mean, this one could go either way, in my opinion. This really could go any way. I believe Onita and Kendo Nagasaki are a bit more hardcore. Obviously, Onita comes from FMW. He is just all hardcore, isn't he, really? He's all about the weapons. Onita now sending Sasuke into the corner. Sasuke caught him with the elbow, and it's... Okay, we've got a table involved. Okay, interesting. I wonder if they can actually use the table correctly. It's always in these sort of games, I try and get rid of the tables and ladders from these sort of matches because they just don't seem to ever work. And look at the table being swung there by Onita, taking down Sasuke, but Kendo Nagasaki fights him back. Onita now taking Sasuke up on the shoulder. Sasuke able to break free. And I'm not quite sure what happened because Kendo Nagasaki threw a table at him and now they're fighting. There we go. They were fighting either side of the table. That was a little bit embarrassing there for a moment. Onita now with a strike in the face of Kendo, and then in with that spinning neck breaker. Onita now striking into the face of the grounded Nagasaki as the Great Sasuke re-enters the ring with a kendo stick right between the eyes of Onita. And that's really the iffy thing of it. We've used Onita a few times. I'm just thinking... Sorry, my brain's going a different direction at the moment. I was thinking about obviously doing our ECW pay-per-view in November. I'm just thinking how we've used them in the past. Okay. I'll be honest, he's had some interesting matches then. So we've used him against Tarzan Goto years ago. We've used him against Terry Funk, Cactus Jack and Hayabusa in a four-way. And he's also been in another four-way with Ricky Shane Page, Zandig and Jun Kazai. I think that may have been our Tournament of Death. Yes, okay. All three of those matches were part of our Tournament of Death. So he's had 3 matches all back in February of last year. We didn't actually check Onita in the ranking system, did we? Atsushi Onita currently sits on +4 after 8 matches. He's had quite a decent run then, to be honest. The Great Sasuke has had 2 matches. He currently sits on +1 after those 2 matches. And of course, as I said, Kendo Nagasaki here making his debut in the ranking system. Nagasaki now dropping Sasuke across the top rope. Onita now with a stunner, taking down Kendo. Sasuke's there to roll him up. It's not even a 1 count. Referee's so slow to get into position. Onita jumps over the top, but Kendo's there to break it up. A strike in the face there by Onita on Sasuke. Now he's heading up to the top. And Onita in with the drop kick, taking him down as Kendo Nagasaki throwing a trash can into the ring. And now look at the headlock locked in by Kendo. Now going after Onita, slams him down face first. There's a boot into the spine as well. Stiff clothesline by Onita, taking down Kendo Nagasaki off the ropes. Yeah, I feel like we've done Onita versus Terry Funk quite a lot because, of course, that was one of the most famous matches they had between them, wasn't it, really? So maybe I have to be careful. That's the thing. I did a session with PJ Tovi yesterday about be careful not to keep booking the same people over and over again. Because I mentioned about Masato Tanaka and Mike Awesome. I feel like I've booked the pair of them against each other nearly every single time we've done anything ECW. But then again, it was one of the most famous matches in ECW history because it was so good. One of the best matches in ECW history. Onita now gets on the back of Sasuke. And remember, at the moment, we are keeping track of all of the results of the matches. At the moment, WCW have got 6 wins. WWF with 5 wins. ECW with 4 wins. And we're about to obviously go into our pay-per-view later today. Not all the matches will be judged upon that, because obviously some of the matches are no longer going to be solely our triple threats, because we've obviously had some number 1 contenderships and so forth being done. Look at Sasuke now with Onita up on the shoulders, in with a Yuri Goroshi onto the knee. Big move. Onita's there though, grabbing a hold of Sasuke. There's the chop and the strike. Sasuke fighting back. Now, triple threat rules mean that obviously there's no disqualifications, no count-outs, but the pinfalls and submissions do have to take place inside the ring. Sasuke now taking Onita up, in with the pile driver. The announce table getting stripped there. We saw the first time ever we saw the announce table broken early, which is great. Onita now dropping Sasuke face first. Kendo now sending Sasuke straight in to the ring steps. Onita and Sasuke, Onita and Nagasaki both inside the ring. Both had the weapons. Onita got the victory with that little battle. And now going in for the pin. Only a 1 count though. Sasuke breaking the pin over and over and over again. Boots into the spine of Onita. And now Sasuke taking Onita up. Oh, lovely. It's like a Death Rider. A double arm DDT. And now Kendo taking up Sasuke. Oh, I hate this maneuver so much. Just freaking powerbombing. No one ever does that stupid drop top face, top turnbuckle. It's just a stupid maneuver. No one likes it. Kendo Nagasaki with a pile driver on Onita, goes in for the pin. Not quite sure his shoulders are technically on the mat there, but it's fine. Nice drop kick. Kendo Nagasaki now striking in the face of Sasuke, who fights back from the full Nelson position. Kendo sending off the ropes. Oh, here with the German suplex by Sasuke. Sasuke now with the elbows right into the guts. And look at Kendo now slamming Sasuke face first into the top of the trash can, then launches it at him as well. A lovely running step up into Guri though. Now the strikes. Kendo now with the elbows right into the gut of Sasuke, and there's the steel chair across the head by Onita. You get a chair shot, you get a chair shot. Everybody gets a chair shot. Sasuke now sending Onita off the ropes. There's a spinning heel kick, and now Kendo Nagasaki working over Sasuke. Sasuke now with the elbows to the side of the head by Kendo Nagasaki. Went for a super kick, but Onita come running straight through the back and flattened him. Sasuke now with the boot to the back of the leg of Onita. Onita fighting back. Gonna take Sasuke up in with the pile driver. And there is the pin, but Kendo Nagasaki there to break it up straight away. Kendo now looking for the super kick, and there's a stiff clothesline there by Onita. And Kendo Nagasaki slowly getting back up to his feet. Onita is stalking, going to take him up onto the shoulder, and there's the powerbomb onto the ladder. Absolutely brutal. There's the pin. Sasuke is slow. Sasuke, oh, I don't think Sasuke was going to get there in time, to be honest. Onita just stunned Sasuke off the top rope to the outside. Slamming, no, tried to slam Nagasaki's face into the trash can. Nagasaki saw it coming. There is the leg breaker as well. Onita's back up, but Kendo Nagasaki caught him with a running bulldog. Sasuke with the boots right into the spine. And now the DDT of the leg into the mat. There's the DDT there by Onita on Sasuke. He's going to drop into the pin. I don't know if Kendo Nagasaki's with it in the corner. Evidently, oh, he was not with it at all. He wasn't going to get there and break it, was he? Leg drop there by Onita, and there is the slam into the spine with the kendo stick by Kendo Nagasaki. Look at that, the stiff right hand taking down Nagasaki. Onita now with the strikes again, the big headbutt taking him down. Onita firmly in control of this one, but he needs to get the pin to finish it off. There's the sledgehammer right into the gut of Kendo Nagasaki once again. Sasuke now with a strike in the gut, and then the sledgehammer once again straight into the rib cage, and again right into the rib cage and the pelvis. Nice senton. Sasuke now with the strikes, the boot, the knee, the everything, sending Nagasaki off the ropes. Gets caught though. And Onita once again. We've seen already one big powerbomb, but Kendo Nagasaki saw it coming this time, was able to break free. And Sasuke now locking in the octopus stretch, but right in front of Onita, was able to break it up straight away. There's the pin now by Onita on Sasuke for the one. No, not even a one count. Of course, Nagasaki was there to break it up. It was never going to work, was it? And look at this. Kendo Nagasaki dumping Onita to the outside. I thought he was going to try and sneak in and get the pin on Sasuke, but Sasuke running dropkick. Onita no-sold it. And Onita there with a double axe handle into the spine. Onita now dropping a knee right in the back of the head of Sasuke. And now the pin by Kendo Nagasaki on Onita. Sasuke's down and out. Oh, it's only a 2 count. That was a big opportunity, that was. Kendo Nagasaki now with the strikes. And a big stiff headbutt. And then, wow. Look at Onita just dropping Kendo Nagasaki. There's the pin. Look at the blood across the ring. It's been pretty bad. And Onita, very smart work. Gets ECW the point here. It's been a pretty balanced day so far then. You saw a big maneuver there. And then Onita was straight in with a bulldog to just sneak in and get the win. The Great Sasuke then with that loss moves down to a 0 after 3 matches. Kendo Nagasaki moves down to a -1 after his debut, but it's Onita, who was already doing pretty well in the ranking system, is going to get himself 3 points. Remember, it's 1 point for the victory, 2 bonus points for defeating multiple opponents. That moves him up to a +7 after 9 matches, which is going to move him up into the top 65. He moves into 63rd position on +7, which is actually even with quite a few other people. He's even with Chris Jericho, Andre the Giant, Hangman Adam Page, Jungle Boy Jack Perry, Jackie Numazawa, interesting match we could have there then, Ace Romero, who's massively too high, isn't he, and Dexter Lumis. We need to bring Ace Romero in just to give him a bit of a beating, don't we? Just to try and balance a few things out. Right, so that's the end of your individual matches for today, but don't forget we still have the Invasion pay-per-view coming up later on this afternoon. 4 championship matches in that one. We will have the Sandman defending against Terry Funk and Cactus Jack. We've got Victoria 1-on-1 against Sarah Logan. The Can-Am Express go up against the Pitbulls. We have got the British Bulldog defending his European Championship against Steven Regal and Storm and Norman Smiley. We've got Tag Team TLC in theory, if it works. And the Hardy Boys defending against the Outsiders and the Dudley Boys. We're going to have the Undertaker. I've sort of been thinking about this one now. We're going to have the Undertaker, Kane, and Mankind going up against the Blue World Order in just a way to try and get Mankind and Kane some points, to be honest with you. And then, of course, the main event of the evening, Roman Reigns will defend his SWE World Championship for the first time against both Ric Flair and Stone Cold Steve Austin. All right, then, I'm going to love you. Leave you good night. God bless. I'll be saying I'll see you all very, very soon for our SWE pay-per-view. And that's all I've got to tell you, so good night. Bye-bye. Bye. Like and subscribe. Goodbye. Bye-bye.